Hi friends, it's Raven. As you may know, I'm doing a no spend challenge for all of 2021 so that I can try and become debt free, save some money, and hopefully buy a schoolie in the near future so that I can travel the country for a few years. And I know that dream seems quite a ways away right now, but I'm still focusing on my first step to get there, which is becoming debt free. And the way that I'm doing that is through something called the Snowball Method. The Snowball Method is basically something that Dave Ramsey, the financial genius, came up with. And if you don't know who he is, I'll have some links down below. Otherwise, I have done a couple videos about him too, which I'll link up here. So if you don't know what the Snowball Method is, I know it can seem very confusing and complicated at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's really not that big of a deal. So let me show you how it works.
All right, hopefully you guys can see everything okay. I just got a new mount so that I can go completely hands-free, and hopefully everything is a lot more clear than my last overhead video. But yeah, let's go over what the Snowball Method is. So these are all fake numbers for now, just to kind of get the idea across of what it is. But in this category here, we have all of the debts that this person owes, all of the minimums on those debts, and then the actual payments that they will be making on those debts. So debt 1 is 1,000, number 2 is 2,000, and number 3 is 3,000. Original, I know, but that's besides the point. Okay, so the minimums for these are $50, $50, and $100, but what our actual payments will be using the Snowball Method is minimums on these two, so 50 and 100, but then we're going to pay extra on this lower amount. So this here is going to be the key to the Snowball Method. So again, you're going to list out your debts in order from smallest to largest. You can also do it in accordance with the amount of interest. So have the highest amount of interest first down to the lowest amount of interest first. That will end up saving you more money in the long run, but this way will make it go by a lot quicker. So it's kind of a toss-up. Whichever way works better for you. I personally prefer to do it lower to higher, because then you're going to pay them off a lot quicker, and by the time you get this one paid off, you're going to have that sigh of relief that you have one of them done, and you can, move on to the next one, and you get kind of that satisfaction of paying off the debts a lot quicker than you would by doing it by interest. But again, that kind of depends on your situation. But okay. So number 1, the minimum is $50, but we're paying $100. So we're paying extra on this, and do whatever it is that you got to do to get extra money that you can put towards this extra payment on top of the minimum. So take an extra shift at work, sell some of your belongings, adjust your budget if you need to, whatever you got to do to get some extra money that can go towards this minimum. So, this person was able to add an extra $50 to their payment every month. So now they're paying $100 and the minimums on the other two. So now, by the time they pay this off, they'll have it paid off in 10 months instead of 20 months. That's the key there. So we're going to pay this off. We're going to get it paid off in 10 months. And boom, that one is paid off and done. So now we don't have to worry about this guy anymore. So now what we're going to do is, instead of continuing to pay the minimum on this one, we're going to take this payment and bring it right on down into this one. So now instead of $50, you're going to be paying $150. So now the payment just jumped so much towards this one that this one will get paid off in no time. Especially if you were already paying the minimums on it before, it's going to be a little bit less than this by the time this one is paid off. So now that you're having a bigger chunk of money going towards this one, it's going to be paid off in no time. So boom, that one is paid off. And then again, now that this one is done and we don't have to worry about him anymore, you're going to take this payment and bring it right down into this guy. So now instead of $100, boom, now you're paying $250 towards this one card. So again, that's going to be paid off in no time. And that here is the point of the Snowball Method. So you start out smaller and you keep rounding it out until it gets bigger. And that is why it's called a Snowball Method. So again, this is my preferred way of doing this for paying off my debts, because it gets them paid off quicker. You get kind of that adrenaline rush every time that you pay one off, and it's a quick, easy way to get it going. And I know it's kind of complicated at first, but once you get the hang of it, as long as you're paying don't worry about these guys right away. Just pay the bare minimum on those and just really focus all of your energy onto that lower debt. Because as soon as that one is done, then it is off your shoulders, off your plate. You don't have to worry about it anymore. And now you can go right back into your second one. And now, again, don't worry about this guy. Just pay the minimum on him for a while and just focus all your energy into this next one, because this one is done. You don't got to worry about him anymore. So if you kind of see, it kind of makes sense that it's called the snowball method, because it's like rolling a snowball and it gets a bigger payment each time. And I don't know, it's kind of a cute idea.
So yeah, that is the snowball method. And I know it seems really scary and complicated at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's really not that bad. The biggest tip would be to write it down, to have a tracker of some sort that you can physically look at and keep track of all of your debts. It's going to make things so much easier. And I'll have a link up here that goes to my bullet journal and how I track my debts, so you can kind of see an example of how it works to write it out. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up so I know what kind of content you guys want to see. And if you want to follow along on my no-spend journey through 2021, go ahead and subscribe as well. I post at least a couple times a week, so hopefully we can learn something together through this journey. And yeah, I hope to see you guys soon. Bye!